Subscribe now and avoid the rush. Welcome to Spoiler Alert Theater. In this episode, I show you how to get 5 times as much out of your mining operations. I start off with no gold at all, and after emptying these, we'll see what I end up with. Couldn't get this one to poke through the wall without it somehow connecting with one of these other lines, so outside it stays. I've never gotten this much from a mining base before, so what's so different about this base? Well, I'll show you. This is what the base looked like before I started separating the lines. As you can see, everything is all crammed together in one area. Big mistake. The more objects you have in a single area, the more lag you're going to get, and other visual imperfections. All 30 of the mineral extractors are positioned at the 100% portion of the deposit. That gives me 3,000%? But no, that doesn't work that way. There's this thing called diminishing returns that cause an issue. The plan here is I already have the 30 mineral extractors sitting at the 100% location. Each of those are to be surrounded with more mineral extractors, one on each side and one on each corner, for a total of 8 per level. That's about 240 more mineral extractors, and that's going to bog things down. That's why I'm adamant about keeping things as separate as possible. In order to power the mineral extractors through a day-night cycle, it takes 30 batteries and 60 solar panels. 30 solar panels to operate the equipment, and another 30 to charge the batteries. That way, the operation is uninterrupted throughout the day-night cycles. Now, if I'm going to add more mineral extractors per level, all this stuff is going to have to be moved further away. In this stage, I've already separated the mineral extractors into 5 groups of 6, and then had created separate lines for them. I also moved a lot of the stuff further away towards the edge of the base. Great timing, Cloud. This is where I put the storage depots for each line, far enough away from the mining rig so that it doesn't cause any issues when I add more mineral extractors. Here is where I relocated the launching pad, the building, base terminus, etc., and where all the 5 lines lead to now, at the very edge of the base. If I need to, I could always extend the limits of the base, but for the time being, this will suffice. Before I could add more mineral extractors, I'm going to need more power. So occasionally, I have these additional power sources scattered throughout the edges of the base. These are always fun to bump into. Now this clip from another base demonstrates exactly why it's important to separate stuff. You don't want too many objects in the same area at the same time doing stuff. For some reason, the solar panels continue to make noises unnecessarily. Notice how I have to wait for the floor to respawn? Yeah, that's an issue. And that's the fourth power supply. I am now set to add an additional 120 more mineral extractors. But before I do that, I'm going to have to find yet another location for these storage tanks. And I think I have the solution. Right over here. Let's have a look and see what we have to work with here. Having the storage tanks down here will reduce the visible complexity on the surface. Plenty of room over here. Yeah, this place is starting to look pretty promising as an alternative location for the storage tanks. I think there might be more room down here than I actually need. This is gonna be perfect! Ah, another way out. Good. I won't have to backtrack. I swear I must have run past that at least a dozen or so times and never even noticed it. This has been a fun but time-consuming experiment. I thought I would have this done by now for this video, but apparently I'm going to have to provide an update at a later time. If you've enjoyed this video, please click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. Thank you, and may all your hits be crits.